We say what they can't radio.
The Lipstick Chronicles. It's the Lipstick Chronicles. The Lipstick Chronicles. The Lipstick Chronicles.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Toni.
I'm Sharma.
I'm Monique.
And this is the Lipstick Chronicles. First, I just want to start off with just saying thank you for everyone who has liked, comment, shared, and subscribed. We appreciate everybody, our old followers, our new followers. Just thank you across the board. So, before we begin, we got two people up here, so you guys, y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, hello, I'm Jamal.
I'm Jazz.
Yes, and we're going to get into why they're here just a little bit. We're going to open up with...
There's so much trending, girl. I don't
Trend
even
is
know
hot.
what to talk
I'm
about.
gonna hit on this one thing because I haven't really did any research or anything else. So I'm just gonna hit on this one thing. So of course they had the whole Michael Jackson. What is it? Never leaving Neverland.
Finally leaving Neverland.
Something to that effect.
Don't ask me.
So,
I was on vacation. I don't know what the hell was going on.
They had the whole documentary about Michael Jackson. I think they spoke to somebody that used to work there, and then they spoke to, I don't know because I haven't watched it. This is just bits and pieces that I did pick up. And then they interviewed two boys that
two
said,
men.
Well, men.
We had two grown-ups.
Men.
Two men.
Adults. So they interviewed them and they were saying how I guess they was molested, touched, XYZ.
Right. But these are
whatever.
one of them is at least
Dropped
one of the
off
ones
by
who
the
said that they
parents,
never was
nonetheless.
touched.
One of them said
Previous.
and then he came back and
Right,
retracted
after the
and
money,
tried
after he
to-
spent all the money, now he's saying it did happen.
Of course. And so now, Oprah is running to mute Michael Jackson. So, yeah.
Really? Oprah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
she is.
Oprah, Michael Jackson got her a lot of money too.
Well,
Right.
he ain't hanging around no more,
Right.
so you know how that goes.
See, the problem I have with the whole mute thing, so, they want to mute R. Kelly, they want to mute Michael Jackson, but it's not just them. You would have to mute a lot of other celebrities because they wrote songs for a lot of people. So if you really want to mute them, then mute all of their music. Don't just mute the shit they sing. Like, mute all of the soundtracks that made millions of billions of dollars. All of that stuff. Like, let's not just say we just gonna strip his stars off his shoulder.
Absolutely.
Like, let's just go 100%. But the problem I have with our people is that they pick and choose what they want to do.
But see, here is the thing, and this is for Miss Oprah. You want to mute Michael Jackson, but you don't want to blind Harvey Weinstein.
That's
How many
right.
Movies.
And she
supported
supported him.
and that's
For the
her
pictures
friend.
posted recently.
Why
She
you ain't
supported
posting
him.
blind Weinstein, whatever the hell his
Right.
name
Woody
is?
Allen,
Look how many-
nasty ass Woody
Woody
Allen.
Allen.
Right,
That's
look how
right.
many movies he has produced. You
Yeah.
know, where is all of this energy for people like him, for people like
And this
Woody
is
Allen,
recent
for people
stuff.
like Kevin Spacey, like people
That's
like that.
right.
You just took him off the House of Cards, but they didn't just scrap the whole show and say, you know
No.
what, we're just gonna,
Exactly.
he was in a movie, they removed him from the movie, replaced him with somebody else. They didn't just say, okay, we're just gonna scrap this whole
Right,
thing.
we're not gonna watch
So-
The Usual Suspects no more. No, they still play that shit on TV.
Right. So, where is all the energy for our counterparts? Like, why aren't we doing the same thing for them? But when it comes down to our people, it's always, oh, yeah, let's mute them. Let's
It's
do
always
this.
our
let's-
people fucking up our people, though.
That's what I said.
It's
like,
always
I-
our people. Now, not to say this right either way, but if it would have been like Katie Couric, who did the show, okay, whatever. But the whole thing is, like I said, this man has made you a lot of money too. So now that this man is deceased, like, what are you gonna get from it? So now you're gonna ruin his children's lives? They had nothing to do with that.
And then this is the thing. How many years have Michael Jackson been deceased for?
Almost 10 years.
So,
Because we just had that discussion.
why is it you wait all these years?
Because
now
the
it's
money
more in the
ran
public.
out.
It's public talks right now.
Because
if
it's the
it
Me
wasn't
Too
public
movement.
talks right now, it wouldn't
Because it's
matter.
the Me Too
Absolutely.
movement.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous. But the whole thing is now, just, all of these things that happen. We got domestic violence. It happens. Blah, 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 blah. It goes away. We got all this. What else happens? Like, it's so much stuff that happens in the media with celebrities. And, it's hot for a minute. Once it's something to talk about, and then it dies down. But for some reason, for these two gentlemen, it's not dying down. When you got these two women saying, he did nothing to me, R. Kelly I'm talking about.
Oh, did you?
He did nothing to me. It's my parents. It's my parents. Now, people they
Them
could
two
be
girls
brainwashed.
loyal to
No, but
him.
they could be brainwashed. They could be
be.
brainwashed. It's a possibility. But they seem like, the same way. I really did not watch the whole Gail and R. Kelly.
I'm not sure.
The
The
video
video clips is enough.
Right. I saw the
Yep.
clips where he was like, I'm fighting for my life or something
Yeah, I was
shit
like,
like that.
honey boo thing.
I'm like, okay, I don't know because, we know that that R. Kelly can act real good, right? I saw Trapped in the
Trapped in the
Closet, all
Closet.
37 episodes.
Yep.
Okay, so, but he seemed genuinely hurt. Maybe in his mind, he felt like he was doing somewhat of the right thing, taking care of these people.
Because it was a benefit for both sides.
Right.
They wanted
Absolutely.
something and he wanted something. They both gave each other what they needed so it didn't feel wrong to him.
But just like the girl said, her parents sat there, told her to do X, Y, and Z. And it's so funny because one of my friends on Facebook or whatever, like she had posted something in regards to it, and somebody said in her comments, because I always be in the comments because that's where all the action is. That's where all the action be at.
In the comments.
The
Comment
comment
section is crazy.
So somebody said, well, where was the parents? And she said, I don't like that. I feel like it's victim shaming. And I'm like,
What?
victim
Nobody's
shaming?
saying why you
No,
pulled your
that's
pants down.
a legit question because
Right.
me as a parent, if I take my child somewhere and something happens to my child, the first thing people are going to say
Where the hell was you?
where
Where
were
was the
you?
parents?
So that's a legitimate
I ask
question.
my mother all the time where you was at. Shit.
If
Where
you-
was you at? What the fuck? I'm
if you
asking you
got
where was you at.
kids- If you have kids that are under a certain age and certain things are happening to them, people, that's a legitimate question. Where was the
Because
parents?
isn't that
Right.
neglect? Like that's a
Yes.
form of neglect. I
Yes.
can't take my 7-year-old to the park and just say, play, I'll be back in 2 hours.
Girl,
Like,
I'll catch you later. We gonna be back at the meeting spot. You know, right under the big wheel, right here, girl. And if she don't come back, you be like, fuck.
what the hell? Like, where much I said 7 o'clock. It's
Exactly.
7:02. She like, this man done said, come get some ice cream. He said he know you. That's not, I mean, yeah, that's the man's fault because he too grown. But it ain't his fault because
Because
me as a
you
parent, I was
right.
neglecting my responsibilities by
That's
leaving
right.
her there at 7 years old. 14, 15, 16, why are you leaving your child? I don't give a fuck what he promising you. Why are you leaving your child in the studio with a grown man, 2 grown men, 3 grown men? Because we know the studio ain't never empty.
Exactly.
Why are you leaving your children in this environment?
Because they knew what the benefits would be. And he didn't want their ass was like, look, well shit, he want her. You better go in there. You better get
Because
in
I'm
there.
sure he said, listen, I like
Better
to work
go
in
ahead.
private, you know, because I
Exactly.
feel like the artist,
Yeah.
let's go more. Because I mean, I
Because-
can see it, you know, just
But you know-
they're free to be themselves when their parents are not around.
But you know it's funny that you brought that up because Matthew Knowles said the same thing. He said when
He
he
said he
wanted to
wouldn't leave
work,
them
he said
alone.
I would not leave them alone.
Right. He said
So-
he wanted to record with them, just them, and he said they were underage, and he did not leave them with him ever. He would never agree to leave them in his presence just with
As you're
them.
not supposed
Right.
to.
Right.
As
Exactly.
you're not
Well, first of all, because we know what Matthew knows is about. He's like, this is my money, all right?
Exactly. Don't get it
Right.
fucked up.
Now, Matthew, this is my
He
bread
like,
and
y'all got
butter.
me fucked up.
You ain't gonna seduce my girls
Exactly.
into taking my shit away.
Next
so.
thing you know, they'll be firing him and hiring somebody
Right.
else.
Iron R.
Right.
Kelly and shit doing the 1-2 step for his
Exactly.
ass.
Exactly. So, you know, I mean, maybe he was being a father at some point, but I think it was really about some Joe Jackson shit. Like, this is my shit right
Exactly.
here. You can write the song, nigga, but that's it. Deliver that shit via UPS. Don't even come to the crib. Like, just,
Right.
you know, just send that shit, and we're going to send you back the demo, and that's going to be that. So,
Like
but
they
yeah.
gotta, like I know everything that they did was, you know, I was never there, so it's what they said versus what
Right.
Exactly.
these people are saying. But at the same time, R. Kelly had issues when he was little that he never got addressed,
Exactly.
and he never got treated for. So he grew up with an issue. So not to excuse nothing that he
Of
did,
course.
but there was a problem that was never dealt with. So then he was just a grown up with an issue, and he was just reenacting his issues. Like
Exactly.
that's how he dealt with it. If you would touch as a child and nobody ever dealt with that issue with you, you just like, well,
Right, it's a possibility
it's
because that's
either
how you
you're gonna
showing
be an
love.
advocate and you're gonna fight for kids that was touched, or you gonna be a grown up that touched kids. Like it's gonna be one or the other.
That's
But Michael,
how he's
look how-
showing love. It
and
was
look
his
at Michael
sister, so of
Jackson,
course he
like,
thought that was love.
Right, he never had a chance to be,
Be a
a
child.
and so he lived through these kids.
And we don't know if he was touched.
exactly.
We don't know if he was touched.
don't
Remember,
know
he was
that.
a small child in the industry around a bunch of adults at a time when they
And
were
he
using
was the
drugs
star.
and
Right.
drinking heavily. He was at parties where he had no business being. He was in rooms where he couldn't be out in the open with other people. Who's to know who walked in that room
And
with
they
him
said
and sat in there
things
for a
be
little
going
while.
down. in them
Exactly.
parties, huh?
Exactly.
And so who started who was the first person to start the rumors of Michael Jackson touching a kid? Was it some angry adult, or was it the actual kid? And was it the kid because the adult was like, "Are you okay? Like, did he touch you?" Because he's a little weird. So sometimes when you
Exactly.
ask a person a question,
Especially a
they will
kid.
say yes. Like, did you call 235-6233? You like, yeah, I did call 235-623. You know, like, yes, I did. Like, and it's different from when you say what happened. and let
That's
them
right.
let them explain
Right.
it
Just
to you.
represent your co-hosting it.
Because you're putting the thoughts in their
and then
mind.
They like, come on, it's okay. Don't be afraid. If that happened, you just tell these people that. They like,
And kids are thinking,
and
I want to say
right.
what my parent, I'm
Exactly.
saying what I think my parents want me to say.
Exactly.
Right.
Because I
Right.
feel like they're leading me. Like she's saying, did he touch you? Yeah, he touched me. Okay. You sure he touched you like this?
Right.
You sure he did? Like, so you coercing
and
your
you
children.
ask somebody something over and over again. After a while,
They're
it's
like, I'm
well,
hungry, I wanna go to
think
sleep.
So, like,
I'm
just
but
gonna
when
say,
I
yes,
fell
it did
asleep,
happen.
I think he was by
Exactly.
my butt. Like,
Exactly.
I think I didn't have pajama pants on. Like, you
Right.
know what? Like, over and over again. After a while,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I probably did. Or some people, like, mother and father and child, like, look, you see all that damn money you got? You see that big ass house? Don't you want a house like that? And they're like,
Don't you want the bubbles?
I was gonna say, don't you want horses and shit in your backyard?
This is what we gonna say, and you gonna say this, and they don't.
And you're
it's
gonna
up.
get
And they're
that
like,
big wheel because that's all
okay.
you've been asking
You
for.
gonna
Yep.
get
For the
everything.
last 10
And
Christmases.
because Michael don't want
You could
no
get 10
trouble,
big
and he
wheels.
don't want the smoke. All right, what do y'all need?
Got
Y'all
enough
need
money
something?
left.
What do y'all need?
Exactly. And
Here.
now that the money
Here.
is gone,
Because I don't want no
now they're
trouble
coming back.
here. And it's like, well, now that I think about it, you got more money than we thought you had. So let's
Yes.
go back again. Because now I'm a grown up. Like, you know what? I think I'm still fucked up from that. Happened.
now you don't know
Yeah.
whether it's the truth or if it's a lie.
Right.
Because you've been telling the same story for so long. You don't know what the hell your truth is.
Right.
From my understanding, the gentleman who was once a dancer, the one that's making these allegations, I believe they're stating that the reason why he's coming out speaking on this alleged abuse or what have you is because he applied for a job at Netherlands and he was turned down.
Like, my nigga, you already got a check from
I'm
us.
sorry.
First of all, I'm
So-
sorry.
Got a
What the
check
hell
from
was he
us.
going to do at
Like,
Neverland?
like,
But wait, what was he going to do at Neverland?
You came back.
But what was he going to do at
And
Neverland?
he's a dancer? Like,
Right.
He's gonna dance around that.
He's gonna be Tinkerbell. Shit.
Okay. Because I don't even understand. What the hell is you applying for? Choreography of the damn lions? Like, what the fuck?
Tinkerbell.
He always wanted to live there. He always wanted to live
But that's,
there.
all right, but so that's not traumatizing? That's not
You
traumatizing?
should be afraid when somebody say Michael Jackson, the monkey, the house.
Right, all of that.
Mhm.
Ben,
Yeah.
all of that. Like, don't
Everything,
say
like-
that.
Did you say?
Oh
wait,
my God.
Did you say
Exactly.
Ben?
Right.
I'm old. Shit, fuck that. Because I
Exactly.
love Ben. I love that episode. Shit.
Wait, didn't Michael replace Ben with another Ben? Because
Yeah,
didn't
probably
Ben
because
die?
died
Yeah,
a few
Ben died,
times.
yeah.
Ben died. This girl. We
laughing
don't
at
have a
Ben
long
died?
lifespan.
Don't laugh at that.
But I mean, it's just a real messed up situation. It's a sad situation. I mean, we weren't there. We don't know what happened.
That's
but,
right.
But it's just like to just kill people legacies. Like,
Yeah.
where is the separation of the two?
And
stop
forget
picking
the
and
legacy. He
choosing
had
which one you
children,
gonna-
young
That's part of his
children.
legacy.
But they already had to endure this, walk around with shit all over their
Oh,
faces.
blanket and all
Like,
that.
come on, like, let these kids live. Like, let them grow up to be
laughing at
normal
blanket?
adults. They already had to live in the shadow of their dad and deal with all the scrutinizing and all this other
Right.
stuff. Let them live. They can't even really come out and be themselves because of people. Y'all fucking people get on my damn nerves. Like, leave these damn kids alone.
Well,
what?
Paris is telling people to kiss her ass.
Yeah, she don't play. She
Basically.
do not play.
She like, look,
But
leave
you
my
know
father,
what
he
it
dead,
is?
let it go.
You know what it is too? It seems like once a person is no longer any use in the business, they can't make you any money, they cannot
yeah.
generate anything,
Right.
they're useless. Then that's when you see all of this shit come out. And
But you
have
know
all
what
of
it
this-
is. Remember, he got his masters, he got the Beatles masters, he got all of this stuff. They don't like that.
Of course
They don't
not.
like that.
Can't do nothing about it.
Exactly. They can't do anything, but that's the problem. Excuse me, but nigga, you doing too much. That's all it boils down to. You're doing too much. Stay in your fucking lane. That's all it's about. Bill Cosby, whether he did it or not, nigga, stay in your lane. That's what it's all about.
They got scared when they thought he was gonna have NBC.
Yeah, but
They
now
was
they
like,
fucking
oh, no.
doing shows on NBC about brothers, who allegedly did things. Like, we don't know. We don't know because we wasn't there. We don't know. Only parties involved really know. And at this point in time, 10, 20 years ago, do they really remember?
Like
Fabrication?
Like, why talk about he's dead? You want him to come back to life, go to jail.
Remember,
and,
he
you
did
know,
say he was
and
going to
then
freeze
die again?
himself and then come back in like 100 years.
Well,
Let's look
I ain't
forward
mad
to
at
that.
that.
He had them. He
well, they
still
gonna
got
sue
the money.
Frozen Michael.
Wait till he defrosts.
Exactly.
Right.
Welcome back.
Exactly.
Well,
That's the day, and that's the
And,
day
you
living in this
know,
fucked up world.
just.
But I'm
on
gonna
to
need them to
something
stop
else.
interviewing R. Kelly. He in a dangerous headspace. Like,
Yes.
I thought he was gonna beat Gail up. Like,
But Gail was,
Look.
you know what though?
Gail was very
so-
unbothered.
She,
'Cause
she
I'm
like, look,
just
I've been
saying.
Oprah friend for 40 years. I'm good. Like, I can handle all of this shit. Like, you know, like, I'm.
First of all, his people should never allow him to do this interview. because
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, he
Good
don't
look
have
for-
any people anymore.
somebody
Oh,
paid
shit.
his child support so he could get back out of jail
Right, but
again.
he's
got
back
some-
in
he
jail
got some-
again.
Didn't they just bring
He
him out?
back in
Yeah.
jail again.
After the child support, you just
Something else happened. Like, what the hell? Like, they just finding anything to lock this
Probably
man
You
up.
know, honestly,
jaywalked.
honestly,
Right.
I
Put the cigarette
believe
on the
I
side.
believe he still has money.
Of
No,
course
He's
he
not-
stupid.
No,
he's
he
not
got money.
broke.
It's just not on the books money. He got money.
Exactly.
Look at all the songs he wrote for Celine.
No, let
Dion.
me
He
tell.
got
No, let
money.
me tell you.
Coming
All of his
consistent.
stuff. No, let me tell you. The
There is a
person that used to be
freeze.
his manager has all the rights for his shit. He signed also like all the
Right.
credits and everything.
That
for
is
his
right.
music. He don't have. He has none of that
Under his
which
name.
is
No,
a
but when he
fucking
came
shame.
back, after that whole, all right, so when he wrote the song for Whitney Houston after her, rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Right, when he wrote the song for Whitney Houston, from that day forward, he made all that money. All the money before that, he was like, he got robbed. Like, they really, because he couldn't read, because he was illiterate, he was signing stuff that when he thought people, that he trusted.
You know who got that money, right?
Girl.
Who you think?
Oh, they said that Aaliyah's uncle,
Yep.
that was his first manager,
Exactly.
has all of that.
Exactly. So you know,
What?
so
That
you
was
know
his-
the
that was
pretzel
his
keep
first
turning. The
Yeah.
pretzel
Yeah.
keep turning. So it's just all one big
man.
circle,
Little-
and it's all a pile of shit just piling on top of each other. And eventually, the truth will come out.
But he's getting attacked so bad, and I'm not defending him. I feel like at some point, he's just gonna say, you know what, I got something for all of y'all, and I'm just gonna kill myself. Now,
Right.
y'all,
I would
That's
hate
it.
for it to go that way,
That's
but
Me
it is
too.
a lot. I
Me
would
too.
hate it. I
Me
would
too.
hate it.
It's
Because
like-
that interview, the parts I saw, he looked like he was on the verge
What's
of
his breaking
suicide.
point? Like-
Yeah, he
have
looked
you
like
ever
he
seen
was
somebody
like,
get in and out of jail as fast as he is right now? Like,
right. Like,
so they
Let
let
me
you get locked up.
just
Give
say
him
this. He has
24
a very loyal following.
oh yeah, I'm
Right.
surprised they ain't do a
Very
GoFundMe
full-
for his ass. Cause shit.
You know they shut that shit down, girl.
I know, but they could put it under something else. You know, they could put it under something else.
Like,
Trust me,
that's
these
just-
niggas got a way. People got a way of doing stuff. So, but anyway,
Yes, so let's get into
true.
our two guests.
yes.
Yeah.
J and J, the JJ clique,
Yeah.
the all hustle no luck clique, right?
Yes, so tell people who you are, what you do, you know.
All right. Well, I'm Jamal, CEO and founder of Rich and Royal Clothing.
Okay.
That's a clothing line. The design is all hustle no luck, and it's self-explanatory. I came up with the design or the thought of the design to reach a broad audience, like people from drug dealers to CEOs on the brink of stepping forward, moving on up. All hustle, no luck. Like, I don't want to depend on no luck to get further. I'm going to hustle and bust my ass to get there. So that's where the design and idea for this came about. Yeah.
When did it start? When did you
You took
start?
the words right out.
The actual, I had this design and on shirts for maybe 4 years now. It was just something that like I said, just came up with, and I couldn't hold it back. So I just threw it on shirts. Gained a lot of people who loved the idea of just wearing that. I mean, that
Right.
that significantly tells their whole life. Like, I've had people come up to me and was like, yo, no, that I need to wear because, X, Y, Z. So it just made me happy. Like, so that's where we're at now
So it started one day. You was like, you know what, this is it.
with an idea.
You put it on. Somebody saw it, was like, I
Yeah.
need that. And then it just like,
That was it. It
So,
took a spin for
okay, you
itself.
say you've been doing it for 4 years. How long did it take for it to really catch,
Really catch,
on? Yeah.
with the help of social media, because that's the easiest, I'll tell you, the easiest form of
Yeah.
promotion.
Marketing.
free marketing.
Yes.
Free 99.
Let's not say that too loud.
Okay.
Next thing you know, you log on to Instagram, that should be like, okay, you now have to pay a subscription.
Right, $19.99 a week.
I would go get a job with Instagram. Okay. I ain't gonna pay. I find a way.
Oh shit.
But realistically, it took maybe, I guess, a season, a summer, like one summer, spring, summer,
Okay.
like to really gained a lot of attention, like a lot. Not even just like small steps. It gained a lot of attention, and from there, it was just like, yeah, this is something I need to do.
Have you trademarked it?
Yes.
Okay,
that's
good.
what I'm
Because I was
talking
like, you know, because people steal your shit in a minute. they don't
Like,
even
this my
care.
shit now.
Right. For real.
Ain't nothing worse than going on the Ave and see bootleggers with the shit.
Didn't I send you a picture when you told me you made the thing, and I was like, yo, Mo, I didn't know your shit was in VI. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my
I was like, you ain't
nothing
tell
worse
me.
if you're on Rockaway Avenue, like, my nigga, that's my shit.
Yes.
I don't even have that design.
Right. We don't mix those colors, nigga. What the fuck?
Let me take a picture.
Right. Imagine that, and then somebody be like, yo, bro, come cop one of my shirts. Like, I got these. You be like, word.
Be like, fuck you, pay me.
Right. Imagine that.
I stand there all day. Let me see how much money you
Right,
gonna
and
make
then
today.
take all the money.
Be like, thank you. This now. No, I'm gonna give him his money for his little shirts because he did buy the shirts, but I'm gonna need the rest of that
So
money.
what, $199 for
Yes.
the shirt, and then you take
Not
the
even
rest.
because he probably bought them wholesale, like 20 cents a shirt.
$1.15.
Okay, all right, we'll give him $1.
$1
We'll give him $1. Plus, you know, ain't no
Yeah.
tax on that, so you know.
So do you like when you selling your items? Do you have a website or do people hit you on Instagram? Like how does your whole networking thing?
Well, right now the website is being made because I have a whole bunch of new material that I want to get on the site and on everywhere. Like I feel like a website is gonna reach further than my arms could.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I don't want to rush into that.
I want to add a little to that where the expected launching for the website is going to be May. So right now we're just building upon all the material that we need for the website and to also make sure that we have merch ready to go when it comes down.
Yes.
Because right now we're doing
Facebook,
orders based on orders.
Orders. Absolutely.
Per
Right.
order.
Per order.
Okay.
Custom, yes.
Okay.
I definitely,
Customized orders.
came up with the idea to customize shirts also, because audience customers, they want to feel in control, and it's with me too. Like
Absolutely.
I can buy a quote unquote big name brand, and I have to get what they give me,
Right.
and hopefully I can match that with something. So one of the options I gave was to customize colors with the same design.
Man, because I like that's like a Mets type of.
Yeah, I like that.
Next.
Mhm.
Oh, whatever.
Boo,
Mets,
but-
Sorry,
Knicks.
no, I'm just,
Boo to both of
but-
their asses, but
I don't know.
boo to both of their asses, but I'm saying
Uh-oh.
because
Yeah,
they all
you
suck.
feel me.
But
I'm a gentleman, so okay.
Listen, we ready for that smoke. But go
right,
ahead.
right. You a Knicks fan?
Yes,
Of
I
course
am.
he is.
Okay. All right. What year you was born?
84.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
We got Knicks fans, I think, in this room. I'm not really sure.
Look at those.
I was born a Knicks fan. So
Okay,
it's
all
on my
right.
blood.
So you down with whatever? Like
I'm
you,
here, I'm
here.
the
Even
grit,
if
the
they lose,
dirt,
it's
the
all
never
good,
winning shit. The
I do like you.
I
Let's go. I'm sitting right next to you. Let's keep it
he
cool.
about to give you an elbow.
Please.
He's like,
I didn't even know I can't. My arm is swollen. I can't.
She can
can't.
take a punch though. She can take a punch.
I got the Big Mac and cheese on me. I can take it.
All right, we not gonna get on your
But I did
filthy
make
Knicks.
this. I customized this for the sneakers that I'm actually wearing.
Okay.
So yes, color wise, I do give people the options to match with sneakers, new sneakers, old sneakers.
Okay.
They want to get fresh for a party, a date. You know, I'm usually here. I'm
Okay,
definitely
all
here.
right.
So how big is the team?
You're looking at it. 2 people right now.
Team 1 and 2.
I have a lot of supporters,
Okay.
close friends, family. You know, I do claim them as a part of my team because without the support from any and everybody, it could be from you 3 now. Like I'm nowhere. We're nowhere.
Okay.
Like so, but the immediate team is the 2-headed monsters right here.
All right. All right.
So how's the hood been as far as
The
supporting?
hood, oh man, the hood, it's there, and it was scary because sad to say the hood goes with whatever is
Popping at the
Right,
moment.
right.
So I knew that, and I took it with a grain of salt. You know, because if the people are gonna support you, they're gonna support you no matter what.
Right.
If they like it, this is like selling drugs, so to say. If it's
If
good,
the product
it's
is
gonna sell
good,
itself.
they're
Right.
coming back. And
Exactly.
they're gonna bring their
like
friends.
Blue magic. Like it's
They're
gonna
gonna bring
sell
their
itself.
friends.
Blue magic.
So with that being said, they gravitated to it.
Okay,
and
that's good.
I'm running with it. So
Okay.
So there's hoodies, there's shirts.
t-shirts,
Make hats?
sweaters, hoodies, hats, dad hats, snapbacks,
Tank tops.
Tank tops, yes. Sweatpants.
Panties?
Soon.
Yeah.
Boxer briefs.
So you want to walk around with all
undergarments.
hustle, no
All
luck on
hustle,
your ass?
no luck on my ass.
Hey,
Hey, I'm saying.
that might be a
Hey,
bottle
listen,
of wine, and
yeah.
you
That's
got
right.
a great night. Like,
Hey.
it's all right. I don't know what
Yeah.
kind of
Be
wine
like, you ain't
drink,
get
but
this
that
ass
might
by
be good.
luck, nigga. You got this because you hustle.
So,
Exactly.
come on.
Exactly.
You just went. You're on to something right now. That's it.
Slippers,
Yes.
everything. So,
Yes. I can't wait.
So let me ask you guys both a question. Like,
Yes.
how did y'all get together? Like, did y'all know each other for a long time? Like, how did y'all
Well,
collaborate?
I just met her last week.
You know what?
I don't even know her last name.
So
I'm just playing. Go ahead, you can take this
to
one.
answer that question, I've known Mel ever since I was about 24, 23, 24. So that's 10 plus years. I'm old now.
You told your age
Right,
just
she
now?
just-
We knew how old she was
I was
already.
even
Yeah.
know.
We knew how old she was
Say
already because she was
years.
here a couple of weeks ago, and we had to ask that question because we had to make sure she was old enough to be talking about what we was talking about.
Okay.
And then she was kind of like, right? You was like, she was like, I can't even think of goddamn word. Lord have mercy. This is the drink. But,
Like chiming in.
right, but she was like battling with our guest and his brother, so
Okay.
it was kind of like, wait, how old are you? So yeah.
So meeting him 10 plus years ago, we worked together promoting parties. And
That's perfect.
we ventured into doing event planning where initially we went out just doing sub promotions where we would work under headlining promoters at that time, the most popular promoters at that time. We would work underneath them, make profits off of ticket sales, guest lists, things of that nature. I wanted to steer away from that because I felt like we were in the shadows, and I wanted us to branch out and become names of our
Make your
own
own
right.
brand. Right.
Exactly. So afterwards, we started doing our own thing. We would go to any venue that we had an interest in, lock in that venue, have a big event. However, as time went on, I started becoming a little discouraged with that industry because it was so male dominated. I felt like I was always fighting for respect. And the fact that I was one of those female young promoters that wasn't willing or interested in sleeping with those male promoters that were popping just to make a name for myself. I was labeled a lesbian. I was labeled a bitch. I was labeled
get
all
money.
of these things. And that wasn't the case. It was just that I didn't feel like I had to stoop that low for a promoter who believes he's somebody in the nightlife, but yet you got a rinky-dink job in the daylight and you're a quote-unquote nobody, even though the job is a job, but you feel like you are of some status when you're in the nightlife. And you're a nobody during the day. So I'm not gonna lower my standard and belief for somebody that's popping just at nighttime.
Preach.
So fell back from that or whatever. He and I kind of lost contact. Moving forward, came across the clothing line info. I believed in his product. I wanted to jump on board because I feel like as a team we could really make this happen or whatever with both of our minds that are alike in terms of thoughts. Concepts, ideas, we think alike in many instances. So I feel like, this presented an opportunity for us to not only focus so much on just the clothing industry, but expanding beyond just a clothing line and really having it be a brand and a household name.
Absolutely.
That's the vision, that's the goal.
And since y'all worked together already, it was like a no-brainer.
Yeah,
Yes.
you familiar with one another. So.
He'll get on my nerves, I'll be mad for a moment, then we'll get back on track.
No. It's cool.
Okay, that's really really dope. I like the design. I like everything. I like the feel.
Oh yeah, that's suede. That's suede. Yeah. That's velvet.
It's feel velvet.
Right.
Velvet.
Velvet.
Velvety. Nah, that's suede.
So
though,
this
yeah.
is my shirt. So no, you can't have it. I don't know if you guys can see
Black
that.
and red.
That's your phone, right? All right. So this is the shirt. All hustle, no luck. There you go. All right. So cop yours today. Let me fold my old Navy.
Wait, so
Let
how
me
much
fold it in
is
my old Navy
how much are the
stance.
t-shirts and the hoodies and like what's the price range that you
I
guys
used to work at Old Navy.
The price range it differs from males and female clothing, obviously. For male clothing, t-shirts are $30, and it goes up to $50 depending on the hoodie. For custom design, usually add an extra $10-15 depending on what you want. I'm able to work with anything and
In terms of any budget.
Excuse me?
In terms of any budget and
Budget,
concept.
design, yeah. I mean, don't hurt me, but I'll do it.
So that hoodie you got on is not like a standard heavy hoodie. That's a lighter
It's
hoodie.
It's
Okay.
a lighter.
All right.
You can wear this without a jacket. Or
Right.
wear
So that's like a spring fall hoodie.
Yes.
So if it was a winter hoodie, it would be more
It'd be
expensive.
thicker, more expensive,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
And then you add on whatever customized
Right.
design you want. So
Okay.
So when you guys first was starting, and you have your prices and everything like that, as an independent clothing line, have y'all ever got any pushback as far as your prices and things of that nature?
I have, but not as much. Because when I came up with my price, I did a couple of comparisons. Not so much because I didn't want to determine my price on their prices, but I didn't want to jump out the window and be like, this is what I'm going to do. I know my worth.
Right.
Like, I know what it's going to be
Stand
worth.
your ground.
Exactly. So when I set the price, that was it. I had a lot of help pricing with female clothing because y'all beautiful queens, it's so different with clothes. And I'm a dude. I can go and buy a 1X shirt and I'm good.
Right.
1X shirt, not gonna fit y'all the same. I've learned.
Right.
And with
Yeah,
the help
fitting
of
is different.
Jazz, I've priced differently. We've priced differently. She's helped me a lot in that aspect, and thank you. So it's something to learn as far as sizes and women's clothing and everything else is concerned. So.
Yeah, the reason why I asked that because I noticed that I know a lot of entrepreneurs and being one myself, and something that's common that is always discussed is that people always give you pushback, about
They always challenge your prices.
right, and it's like a lot of the times you have to put into consideration the materials.
Yes.
Your time, these type of
They
things,
don't
and you
understand
do
that,
go,
yeah.
they don't, and you do go against, and you do compare prices, and of course, you definitely don't try to price your stuff as much as a well-known line will,
Right.
but you try to, give a little something, and it's just like people
Stand your
don't
ground,
respect
yeah.
it, I guess, because maybe you are
You?
like a mom and pops,
Yeah.
you're doing it out your own home,
But that's the same person that'll go to a Louis Vuitton store, a Gucci store, a
They don't have
Balmain
the
and
same
stuff.
respect for it like how they would a well-known, established brand. However, but as soon as you have a personality of some sort
course.
rocking with you, wearing it as a form of
Everybody
promo,
knows
like,
your job.
all of a sudden now,
That's
exactly.
Yeah,
Can I get
that's
10 free shirts,
homie.
please?
No, you know what's
Right.
so crazy? Because I have a friend. Well, she doesn't do stuff anymore. She got sick, but she used to like make things like really, really excellent. Like make shirts. Like this motherfucker made everything.
Okay.
And so she, doing her stuff, of course, and within her own home. And she said that her brother was asking her about her stuff, and I guess she must have told him the price, and he was like, no. And she was like, well, but you go out there and you buy from X, Y, and Z. He was
Right.
like, yeah, because you make. He said, but I'm not paying that for you because you sitting there, you making this stuff in your kitchen. And she was like, what?
But see, you know
Well,
what? I have
excuse
a
me.
problem with that.
Yes.
So with the baking thing, right? When you go to a bakery, they have all of these supplies already.
Yes.
They have everything there. When I take a custom order, I'm taking that order right then and there. I'm buying the supplies. I'm not buying them in wholesale.
And you're not
I'm
getting
not
bulk,
doing none of that.
right,
Right.
right.
Because it
It's
doesn't make sense for me
fucking
too, because I'm not
expensive.
taking orders every day. I work a job regularly.
Yes.
So I take custom orders. So people don't understand, and a lot of times entrepreneur makes the mistakes of not charging for their time. They only charge for the materials that they purchase, and they might add a little bit more. But I took a class, I took some courses, I read some books saying, like you gotta charge for your gas, your time, your
Just you
talent.
walking
Right. Like
yeah.
just the fact that you're there, but people don't respect that because they figure you're in your house. Well, guess what? Just like the stores
A lot
gotta
of
pay
things
rent,
start
I gotta
here,
pay
like-
rent. Just like the stores gotta pay light and
Where do
gas,
you think
I gotta pay
Amazon
light and
started
gas.
at?
This ain't free.
In the
like,
garage. Like,
Amazon
come
started
on.
in a garage.
Like people
Right.
don't understand, but see, that's the problem, and it's always, and I hate to say, no, I don't. It's always our people.
It's
Like
no,
it's
it is.
always
It is.
our
It's a
people
fact.
Yes.
because I've worked in places where people come from Europe and England to they don't even know. They're like, oh, my friend told me about this place, and I'm just gonna come here. And I'm like, really? Like you came from all of you came to this little shack in the hole? Like what?
right
but
in the
okay.
hood, yeah.
But the same thing is like, oh my God, I heard about this. Can you ship it to me? I love it. But our own people, never. I tell people all the
They
time.
won't walk up the block.
If you don't ask me to bake your cake, don't invite me to none of your fucking functions. Like dead ass. Like let me say no, I'm not. I can't do it. Let me say I can't do it.
Yeah.
But don't come there and think I'm gonna eat some shit that you got from Costco's. That's just not gonna happen. And I love Costco's cakes. Them shits is bad good. If you need to go cheap. But the whole thing is, if you saying you my friend or you saying you my sister, then at least give me the opportunity. How the hell do people learn how to braid if they don't have nobody to practice on? If your people don't support you. So when you making stuff, like Toni makes t-shirts and stuff, so when you making stuff, the more you do it, the better you get at it. If your people, the people who be like, that's not sister, they ain't supporting you, how do they expect you to get to that status?
Rocky, she be like, that is so dope.
All the time. Where you get it
Where
from?
you get that from? Soon as you be like, I made it.
Oh, that's a little cute shirt.
That
much is
tone
that?
change,
No, that's a cute little shirt.
How much is
Look,
that?
yeah, work.
Oh,
That little shirt.
Oh, the little.
But if I say I got it from
little.
Rainbows, they're like, which one? I'm like,
Right.
bitch, I don't remember.
That's how it was when I started my t-shirt line.
Exactly.
And I started with set colors, like I'm gonna do black, I'm gonna do white, and then I ventured a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try red, and maybe a few pinks, because then maybe some people not with just the black and white.
You want to have some.
And I'm
You
like,
got some
all
colorful
right, so
people.
now let me make sure I cover all sizes. Small. Here people go, you don't got extra small?
Bitch, they already run small. How much smaller you want it?
Large. You ain't got plus size? All right, I got you. Okay. Well, here's the color. But you ain't got purple?
Some off the wall shit. You don't got
Whatever
multi.
I got what the fuck I got.
No,
Either
you
you
ain't
ain't
got
got
tie-
you ain't gonna buy it. That's the fucking.
Mhm.
That's my
I need a
motherfucking
tie dye shirt. You got
No
tie
matter
dye? Like, what the
what,
fuck?
no matter what I had. Oh, well, damn, I was hoping you had the red. Well, put an order in for it. All right. So I want the red. Okay, so
I need a
you gonna send me
deposit.
the money. Or let me know when you get it. You got me fucked up.
Right.
No, I'm not making no movements until
Right.
you put that money.
That was a big
Because when you
issue,
go to
like,
Macy's,
trying
do
to
you
say,
know
this
whether
is
they
what
got
I
your
want.
shit
And
or not?
like,
No, you
I
go
have to do
looking.
it. I got you. Like, I'm not just gonna go in the lab like I do like a scientist and whip it up and come back like, damn, I got it. Then they be like, oh, as soon as I get the money.
Yes. I
Exactly.
get paid in 4 weeks from now, so I got you
As soon
then.
as I get the money.
Now you just spent all your money on this shit. It's just sitting there because nobody else can wear
And
it.
then I did a trick one day. Like, just sometimes I be having these little
gotta
theories
do
in
that.
my head just to see where people at. Not just to put nobody on Front Street, but if you watch the show, then I guess you know I'm talking about you. So
Hello
I was
to
like-
you.
I had like some leftovers shirts that I didn't sell because they were sizes that nobody all of a sudden could fit. After it was a big cry for these sizes, nobody.
Is that
could
an
get
extra
the size.
medium?
It was it was like something that just nobody could fit. So now I had a bag full, and I'm like, you know what? It's the winter time. I'm gonna get rid of a couple, and like I'm gonna give a couple away, just for the love. I'm gonna give a couple away. And all of a sudden, the same people was like, I'm gonna get your shirt. I'm gonna get your shirt. And they was like, you still got shirts? I was like, yeah, I have a few that I was actually gonna give away. Like, oh, let me send you my address. Like, I had addresses in my
As soon as you
inbox.
say for free.
I had addresses in my inbox.
Right. Just pay shipping. That'll be $29.99.
And then the same, right. All of a sudden,
AKA pay for the shirt.
right. And then the same people got pictures posted. They just went on trips. Like, I ain't even charge you a whole $20.
Your shirt wasn't in the budget, girl. What you talking
You
about?
got on an airplane and you was in a hotel. Like, you give me a part way to
And
go.
they was in economy plus. What you
Right.
talking about?
Right, but
They couldn't buy your
people know
t-shirt.
you. I noticed too that they just like, oh, so I see you got your little clothing line. Like, it's like nothing. Like, I'm just funny about that little thing. Like,
Yeah,
just
I can't
something
stand
about
that.
it is like a.
Stab, like,
It's
ugh.
disrespectful.
And it's demeaning.
Because
It is.
So
It
what
is.
I'm doing means so much to me, and don't call my thing. Oh, your little thing, like it's so cute.
Like you
no,
5.
right?
I like
don't
your little
do that.
tutu.
Or following me. I post pictures. Nobody can never say they don't know what I got going on. I'm posting. I'm talking about it. I even have people that post some of my stuff
Right.
and talk about it. Tag me, so now you see it. So now you see other people, and then they like, oh, right. You got t-shirts, right? Right.
Like, come on, nigga.
Why you
know.
ain't tell me?
know.
Like,
Why you ain't tell
or
me?
the newest thing.
So you got to send out like Evites and shit. Like, I got a new
like,
business.
right? Like, what else do I have to do? And then they like,
And you see them on social media
right.
29/7.
Congratulations on your book. It's over a year and a half out
Right,
now.
right.
Congratulations on your book. Like you gotta be telling people when you got stuff out. How do I get it?
So how did you
shut
know
up.
about? So how did you know about the book though? But
Like,
you knew.
I got a Twitter, I got an Instagram, I got a Facebook, I got a personal Instagram. I
got
got a
LinkedIn?
business. I got LinkedIn.
Okay,
I have a
shit.
LinkedIn. I got
All
a
you need is Facebook and Instagram. That's where the
business
average people
Instagram,
be at.
business Facebook, and personal Facebook, and it's everywhere. And with a few people
That's
that
right.
share my information, and still now you get people like, oh right. When they see you, they kind of feel like, I feel funny. I ain't cop none of this stuff. Like, oh yo, congratulations on that. It's a good look. Like I see you out there. I see you. Like, all right, but
Shut
you ain't
up.
supporting.
No,
That's
but
right.
no,
I
have
see
y'all.
you,
No,
like-
here is
come
the newest thing because of the show, right?
Mm.
So yeah, when you gonna have me on your show?
Oh yes.
To talk about
Did
For
you
what
watch
though?
it? Did you watch the show? Nah. I
So then why the
They
fuck
ain't
you
watch
gonna
it
be
till
on
But
they
there?
I've
say
been
they gonna be
seeing
on
you
it.
be posting. Oh, really?
Everybody always want to be on the show, and I'm like, what do you do? Like, what the fuck? We
No,
don't
but
need
people
to
get-
have a
people get-
train
people get
ride
offended-
conversation.
People get offended when you ask them, and it's not like you're not trying to, discount anybody or play them anything like that. But like, okay, so you
Okay, again, but what do
we
you
gonna talk
do? Like, what do you do? Like, if we just sitting down, let's say we just somewhere, we having a conversation. That's it. I bring you on the show, then what? We already talked about this. What the fuck is we gonna talk about?
the same shit.
No, we not.
We gonna gossip live.
Right. And see, that's I'm not about that. So the whole thing is, don't just be like, oh, you should have me on your show. I'm like, you gotta give me a reason. Like, you gotta, like the dude from Jersey. He's like, oh, I should be on your show. I'm like, nigga, we argue too much. I will stab you on this motherfucker.
That might be a
Bring
bad
it
one.
so we can all argue
Right.
that. Bring
But
it.
his fucking mouth, I be like, dude, you
Bring
cannot,
him.
and I know you watching,
I wanna
so you
argue
know
with
I'm
him.
talking
Bring
about
him.
your ass. But I
Yes,
just be like,
bring
bring
him.
you
Let's
on the
argue.
show. Like, you already can't deal with my mouth. I know you ain't gonna be able to deal with these two, like, at the same time. But
Let's get it.
the stuff he talks about, like, I love it because I love the energy, the back. I'm like, fuck that, yeah, what? But I don't want him on here to just be like, y'all so beautiful.
Oh.
My beautiful black queens. Let's talk about 1987. Like, I don't want to fucking talk about that. I was fucking like 10 or 11. Like, I don't want to talk about that. Those are the best times of my life. Like, I don't want to talk about that. So
we
if you
gonna
want to
talk
stay in the
about
past,
doing the
like, he got mad at me because, what was it? So he sent me a thing about Martin, talking about the hot themes that was back in the days. I said, not for nothing, I hate that fucking show. And I used to love it. But I worked at a place
Like, you ain't
with,
Martin?
yes, because they played that shit over and over and over and
Oh,
over
I
okay.
get
and
what
over
you're saying.
again.
I get what you're saying. Like,
Okay.
I love Martin, but it's like
And I was
sometimes
just like,
I feel a feeling in
when
my
that shit
stomach
come
when
on,
it
I be
comes
like,
on. It's like,
ah.
I be happy when Martin
You know what that
come on.
motherfucker said? That's self-love. I said, motherfucker, no, it's not.
Ooh.
Because Martin does not, me watching Martin does not mean I fucking love all black people.
Why did he go so deep with it? That was
That's what I'm talking
Bring
about.
him
Yeah.
on the show.
No. Sorry,
No.
Ron, you can't come on the show.
uh-uh.
Sorry, Ron. No, that's a no for you.
So
He gonna be like, you know what? Y'all have a blessed evening. He gonna leave before that 50 minutes is up. Y'all have a blessed evening.
So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all have like any upcoming events or anything that y'all do? Like, have y'all had like a release
A pop-up
party
shop.
for
Like, do y'all do pop-up shops and
Yes.
stuff?
Yes, I'm
We
looking.
got a few coming up. We're going to have that.
All right, great.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to that. Spring is definitely right around the corner, and I'm definitely looking
Yeah,
forward
we
to.
done
2
had
weeks.
savings already. I ain't even know.
No.
That sucks.
It's so crazy. I knew prior, right? But when I
happened?
woke
That's
up,
daylight savings.
I was like,
thing.
wait a
I
fucking
missed
minute.
it.
We lost the hour.
No, I missed
I was
it.
like, wait a fucking
Nah,
minute.
that sucks.
Because I was asleep.
Seriously?
I was asleep.
I
It's
missed
gonna
it.
be
And
okay.
then
I like
Madison
that
was
shit.
like,
It's
we
gonna make
had
work
daylight
come
savings,
faster.
right?
Right.
I was like,
I just
I'ma
told
get to
Trisha
work
about
faster
it.
tomorrow.
My job sent the blast email. I was like, I don't give a fuck about your daylight savings. I only like when the time go back.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about the time going up. Like, that shit just fucks my whole vibe up. So when I woke up, I was like, it feels like it's about a certain time. And I was like, what the fuck is 11 o'clock? I was like, oh shit, time went up. So Trista's like, what do you mean time went up?
Remember back in the days when you had to change the time yourself?
Yes. Well, I still my watches and I still
And
have
microwave.
I still
Oh,
have some
right.
clocks that I gotta change the time.
I'm trying to
but
show
I was
up to work
confused.
at the wrong time.
I was
want the time.
confused. Oh no, I can't because they already sent the blast. Like, so you guys know this Saturday is daylight savings. I'm like, all right, Marsha, nobody asked you. Nobody fucking asked you. Like,
Sorry,
seriously.
we just
But,
went
yeah.
totally
No. This is great. Don't worry about it.
So what you got
I'm over
planned
here.
for the future?
What
It's
y'all
gonna
got?
be okay. Like, Definitely pop-up shops. Looking forward to that because everybody, not just you, everybody's been asking. I kind of did tell you, but I kind of showed people like some future garments and materials I have coming out. So it just builds up their anticipation.
Absolutely.
So yes, more pop-up shops coming up. Definitely, I like to incorporate like bus rides and certain events, just so they know, like they know me, they know Jamal, and they will know Jazz. But I want them to know.
Not with this hat on, they won't know her.
I don't even know her, but
we're gonna have to bring the real Jazz back at another time because y'all remember her from the last show. But we're gonna have to bring the real Jazz back.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm definitely setting up more bus rides, events like Crab Fest.
Ooh, that's my kind of thing.
I would like to get invited.
Right. Anything with food, I'm there.
All right. Go-kart racing is one in
I like that
Connecticut.
too.
Okay, cool.
I like that
There's
too.
a big super go-kart track in
Yes.
Connecticut that I want to take
Okay,
people
there's one in
on.
Jersey too.
Then we have the Six Flags in Toni Park, and even like a free I throw a free barbecue like the end of the summer,
I'm gonna need an invite
Oh,
to that
right.
as well.
Which part? Which part?
I've done it at Canarsie Pier.
Oh, okay.
Right
So,
there, Canarsie
I did
Pier.
that twice. Wasn't they doing renovations or something? Like, are they finished over there? Because it was like,
What renovations?
I saw some
was
scaffolding
there
over
last
there.
summer,
They
Nothing?
cleaned up some things.
Oh,
but-
what? The cigarette
They
butts?
only got no grass. They only got no grass on the ground.
The cigarette butts. Like, what did they clean up over there? Like,
The
the
garbage
grass?
out the
They took the grass off
The
the
garbage
old
is not at
grass
the edge of the
and
water no more.
Oh, and put it on the other side. Okay.
Do
I
a
was
bench,
like,
do a bench or two
all
up.
of these events that you are planning, is it gonna be under the All Hustle No Luck?
Rich and Royal Clothes.
I was gonna ask you
Yes.
what I was gonna ask. Like, what is it actually called? Because this is just a
So
slogan.
this is just
Yes.
a slogan.
Exactly.
Okay,
So it's
so
called
it's
because I saw the
The
R and R on your
yes,
shirt. I'm
the
very
com-
observant. All right,
Yes.
so all right, so it's rich and royal.
Rich
Okay,
and
and I
royal
like
clothing,
that, by
yes.
the way. That
Yeah,
is
that's
dope.
Thank you.
I like
Thank
that.
you.
Now that I can see on the pair of underwears. I could definitely see that on some panties.
No, you got to put Rich and Royal on the front. Or
Right,
Hustle
with the
No Luck
crown on
back.
the front. Yes.
You have arterial.
Yes, the
like,
crown on the
You have
front.
your own
You better
meaning.
put her on the payroll.
You have your own reason.
I can deal with
That's
that,
a whole
like,
commercial
that-
right there. You got right?
So wait,
That's
hold
Nikki's
up.
secrets.
Are we trying to hustle ass? Because
No, ass hustle
Ass-
yourself.
Hello.
oh,
Me.
Ass sells the
It's
clothing.
gonna sell.
Got
Listen,
it.
you seen it. You
on,
seen
Jazz.
it. We ain't sleeping with nobody, but we just trying to sell some shit.
Showing that-
We just trying to sell some shit. Listen,
I ain't judging
niggas
nobody.
is so showing
We gonna
shit for
talk
free.
when the
What the
camera
fuck?
stop rolling. We got something to
Listen.
talk
They
about.
showing shit for free. Why not make about $5 for showing your ass? I'm just saying. And get a free pair of drawers. Why not? Why not?
They got 1 million followers. I'm
But no,
good.
but one more question.
I mean, that's cool that you are, definitely expanding your brand and you have your clothing line as the top tier.
Yes.
And then, you're in certain other things underneath that. I think that's definitely a dope concept.
Thank you.
I want to know, do you plan on opening a brick and mortar anytime?
Thinking about it.
Okay.
Thinking. Definitely. I definitely don't want to. One thing about the clothing brand, I don't want to be in a box.
Okay.
Like, so when you ask how did the hood take
Right.
in for it, I'm definitely, if the hood don't love it, then it's really, that's where you start. But I
Right.
definitely want to branch out, promote to people on Wall Street. I'll go on Wall Street and sell these t-shirts.
I mean, they hustling too.
Exactly.
It's a
Yeah.
different-
They hustling
right.
too.
They scamming. They scamming.
Well,
and
all
hustling
scam, no
low.
luck. What?
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
All scam, no hustle.
Exactly.
All scam, no hustle. Because you ain't really, I mean,
You ain't hustling.
Exactly.
nah, if you scamming, you ain't hustling. I mean, that is a form of hustling.
It
For
is.
some people.
It is. Yeah.
Because you do got to go through some shit, to scamming them.
Right.
You taking some risk, but like a boutique, not even like no
Not even
big,
big, yeah, but-
just like a nice, like you could
I
do
shoot for the stars.
pop up stores.
That's. I was
Yeah.
actually
You could do
gonna
pop-up stores,
interject and
those
do
are like
that.
really in now. You
Yeah.
have a space for like a month.
Mhm.
You pay
And
that
people
month's rent.
really come out for that
What?
because they know it's not going to be here for that long.
Exactly.
So they wanna
Exactly.
come
And
out.
people hate to miss stuff.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, they hate to miss stuff. Like I missed that fucking train. Like what the hell?
Exactly.
They hate to miss stuff. This
So
motherfucker
what is the turnaround?
with his fake beanie on. I'm gonna fuck him up with his fake beanie on.
Anyway, what's the turnaround for a custom order?
A custom order in New York or out of
Oh
town.
shit.
Because I do shit.
Right.
I ship.
Well, let's just say out of New York because that would be the first. That would be the longest.
Okay. So out of New York, I would roughly say tops 4 business days.
Really? That's great.
I can get me
Now,
myself.
you talking about 4 business days to ship it out to them or them receiving it?
them
Because niggas
receiving-
be talking
them
about
receiving.
10 to 15 days. And I be
No.
like, this shit ain't
Nah,
coming.
that's not.
But you know that shit be coming from China, so you know that take
Right.
about a
Very
month.
true.
China, that shit is like a month. So
They
listen,
make
Yeah.
it.
you gotta be very
They
patient.
make it once you press enter and they get your payment. They start making it. Then they got to go through customs and all that.
Exactly.
You be tracking, it be
business
like,
days
it's
is a month.
Exactly.
You be tracking, it be like in customs currently. You be like,
Hope they don't hold my shit.
Right.
Okay, so you saying 4 to 5 business days,
Business
right?
for them
Okay.
to receive it. Because it
Okay.
takes 3 days. It takes 2 to 3 days once it's shipped off through postal.
Okay.
For
yeah,
them to receive it.
it's
But
really,
do you
it's-
have to?
it's-
What if you have? But it's custom, so you have to make it.
Yes.
Okay.
Once you get
Look,
listen,
this,
Alright.
look. I'm
All
gonna
right.
make it. Like,
Do you work a 9 to 5?
I'm currently out on workers' comp. So
see,
I have
this is the
time.
best.
I
This
do.
is the
I
best
see.
damn
I see
time.
your
Really
equipment. I
hustle.
see your equipment.
Yes.
So you,
It's
Nah.
hardware.
so you really
So I
got time to
definitely
do
keep
it. So that's
myself
good.
busy.
Them
So I-
city funds
Okay, so you good.
got him investing
Shout
in other
shout out to all the
areas.
city workers. Shout out to all the city workers.
Right.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
just let the people know where they can find
Yes,
you
'cause
guys,
we have to-
like your social media, everything like that. If you have something that's happening like very, very soon, also tell the people about that. So, you know, they could look out for you guys.
Okay. You can follow us on Facebook at Rich Royal Clothing. Instagram, Rich Royal Clothing 718. Website coming soon, richroyalclothing.com. What else?
Distracting.
They
Yeah,
laugh.
we got a live
They
studio
loud.
audience, y'all.
They loud.
We put up the applause sign.
But thank you, ladies, for having us.
Thank you
Yes,
guys
yes,
for
thank
being
you, thank
here.
you.
Like,
Yes,
listen,
and thank you for the
again.
shirt.
Yes.
Oh, you're
Mo,
one
show
of
your
many.
shirt, 'cause
I'm
your
definitely gonna
shirt-
bring
Mo,
some
show
more.
your shirt because yours is
Yes,
different than
okay.
ours.
Definitely gonna bring some more.
Give me the thing.
Like,
Spring is
hey now.
spring is around the corner, so
All
I'm
right, y'all
definitely
see
gonna
that,
reach
right?
out with
Y'all
some
see the
more.
black?
Oh, thank you.
Ain't
I
coming
know
back
y'all
with them
size
This is
is.
panties.
velvet. This is velvet.
We gonna
This is
talk.
velvet,
We
all
go
right?
do it.
I already had a
See
boxer
that?
briefs
Y'all see
already
that?
in mind, so
That's Mo's
yeah.
shirt.
So I
And this,
sports
this
bras
is
and
our
pants.
shirt.
Yes.
Good.
yes.
Listen.
All right, this is
Let's-
a medium. This is a medium, so you know you
Yes.
gotta.
And I already
Oh.
have the hoodie
And
and
in
it
the
fits
back.
real
You see the
sexy.
Rich and Royal
on you.
logo
And it has
in
a
the
nice
back.
little, I like
I don't
it.
know
The
if y'all can
feel
see
is
And it
that.
ain't no
nice.
flimsy t-shirt either, y'all.
Right, it's not the 28th Street T-shirt.
No
All right,
cheap
all right.
material. Thanks again.
Yes,
Thanks
and
again.
thank you for
Thank you.
coming and
Yes.
everybody again. Thank you. You was fucking up everything before we about to log off.
Okay.
But thank you for listening. As always, this is Lipstick Chronicles.
Yes, thank you for
again,
tuning in.
like, comment,
Thank you.
share, subscribe to us. We are on YouTube. We on
Every
Google
platform. She gonna try to remember every last one of them.
Spreaker, SoundCloud. Listen, it's like it's embedded.
All
Stitcher.
of the platforms.
We on
And
cable
catch us on
TV.
We
Now
Say
you
What
got
They
it, you got
Can't
it.
Radio.
We on cable?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Cable? Y'all still got cable?
People,
I was
all
like-
I'm just about to say.
You better say fire stick, girl.
You got cable? What the fuck? People still got cable?
Yes, they
Y'all
do.
getting
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
wrong.
Fire
I'm
stick.
still paying for cable. Yeah, the fire stick. I don't know how to fucking use it.
You better learn,
Better
girl.
learn.
Call me, girl.
What you
Call
waiting
me. I
for?
got you. I got
But-
you.
Missing out.
Anyway, thank you guys for
Thank you for
watching.
having us.
And we
Thank you.
No
out.
problem. Bye.
Peace.